In the fast-growing city of New Haven Estate on the outskirts of Abuja, nobody was more respected than Pastor Daniel. To the public, he was the perfect man of God, calm voice, spotless white suits, and sermons that made even stubborn teenagers sit still. His church, Fire of Redemption Ministry, was always full every Sunday. Mothers trusted him. Fathers quoted him. Young people followed his clips online. If Pastor Daniel said something was true, most people in the community didn't question it. That was exactly why nobody noticed the darkness growing quietly behind his gentle smile. 17-year-old Gloria had never missed a youth service in her life. Slim, bright-eyed, and always neatly dressed in her modest church outfits, she was the kind of girl every parent pointed to as an example. She loved Pastor Daniel's teachings, especially the way he spoke about purpose and discipline. To her, he wasn't just a pastor. He was proof that good men still existed. So when her mother announced that Pastor Daniel had personally invited selected youth to a special mentorship program, Gloria felt chosen, blessed even. That Sunday, the church was packed tighter than usual. Pastor Daniel stood on the altar in his crisp white suit, Bible in hand, voice smooth as honey. Holiness is not what people see, he preached slowly. It is who you are when nobody is watching. The congregation erupted in loud amens. Some people even stood. Gloria felt chills of inspiration run through her body. But near the back row, one elderly woman frowned slightly, like someone hearing a familiar lie. Late that same evening, disturbing news began spreading across WhatsApp groups in the estate. A young man had been found dead near the abandoned construction site by the express road. Police called it suspicious. Residents called it tragic. By morning, the estate was buzzing with fear and speculation. But inside Fire of Redemption Ministry, Pastor Daniel only led a long, emotional prayer for safety in the community. Nobody thought twice about the timing. On Wednesday after youth fellowship, Pastor Daniel called Gloria aside with his usual warm smile. "You have a special spirit," he told her gently. Her heart nearly burst with pride. He handed her a small printed card, an invitation to the mentorship night meeting at the church annex on Friday evening. "Come prepared to grow," he said softly. Gloria walked home glowing with excitement, completely unaware that two other youths had received the same invitation. And one of them had already stopped replying to messages. That night at dinner, Gloria couldn't stop talking about the mentorship program. But her mother's smile was tight. "I don't know," Mama muttered, stirring her soup slowly. Gloria laughed. "Mommy, it's Pastor Daniel now." Her mother nodded, but mothers sometimes feel storms long before the clouds gather. By Thursday afternoon, rumors spread that one of the church youths, Connor, had not returned home since the previous week. His phone was off. His friends were confused. Church leaders said he was probably visiting relatives. Pastor Daniel himself announced calmly that people should avoid spreading panic. Most members obeyed. But Gloria felt the first tiny seed of unease settle quietly in her stomach. The mentorship night finally came. The church compound looked unusually quiet compared to normal service days. Only a few selected youth arrived, including Gloria. The main sanctuary lights were off, but soft yellow bulbs glowed in the smaller annex building behind the church. Pastor Daniel welcomed them warmly, his white suit almost shining under the light. "Tonight," he said, smiling, "we go deeper." As the session started, Gloria noticed small things that didn't sit right. The doors to the annex were locked from inside. The windows were heavily curtained. And Pastor Daniel kept checking the wall clock more than usual. The teaching sounded normal: discipline, sacrifice, spiritual growth, but the atmosphere felt tight. Like the room itself was holding its breath. After barely 40 minutes, Pastor Daniel suddenly clapped his hands gently. "That will be all for tonight." The youths looked surprised. The session was supposed to last 2 hours. He smiled calmly and began dismissing them one by one. But when it was Gloria's turn to leave, he placed a light hand on her shoulder. "Gloria, you stay behind. I want to speak with you personally." Soon, the annex became silent. Too silent. Gloria sat alone across from Pastor Daniel in the small office room at the back. The fluorescent light above flickered once, then steadied. Pastor Daniel's warm smile returned, but something about it now felt stretched. He leaned forward slightly. "Tell me, Gloria," he said softly, "how much do you trust me?" The question sounded simple, but the way he asked it made her chest tighten unexpectedly. Before she could answer, Gloria's phone buzzed loudly on the table. Both of them glanced down. It was a WhatsApp message from an unknown number. Her stomach dropped as she opened it. The message contained only one image. It was Connor, lying motionless on the dusty ground near the abandoned construction site. And standing at the very edge of the photo was a familiar white sleeve. Gloria's breathing became shallow as she slowly lifted her eyes from the phone to Pastor Daniel's face. For the first time since she had known him, his smile disappeared. Behind her, she heard it clearly. Click. The office door had just been locked. Pastor Daniel leaned back slowly in his chair, eyes now cold and unreadable. "You shouldn't have opened that message," he said quietly. Outside, the church compound was completely silent. Gloria realized too late, the man everyone trusted had been hiding in plain sight. Should she have stayed? Let me know your honest opinion on the comment section and follow for more amazing stories to drop.